Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Friday's Reading the Red, this beautiful sunny morning. Matthew chapter 21, and we're reading the conclusion of this parable in 31. Which of the two sons, Jesus asks, which of the two did the will of the Father? Then the Pharisees said, they said the first. Then Jesus said to them, truly I say to you that the tax collectors and the prostitutes will get into the kingdom of God before you. So which of the two was the question that Jesus asked, having compared the two sons with regards to obedience to God. And the Pharisees and the scribes, they say the one who obeyed him. That's who did the will of God, the one who actually met the requirements, which was the first one. He said he wouldn't go, but then he had a change of heart and he did go. And then Jesus says the second one refused to go. He just didn't want to be interested. He deceived his father. And then Jesus comes up with this demonstration of allegation, and he says to him that the Gentiles, the prostitutes, all the bad people, the obvious wrong people, he says they're going to get into the kingdom of God before you, as it were. They're going to get there even before you get there, if you get there. And that sense of they won't get in before these ones, the Gentiles. These were kind of like those who disregarded God, who didn't have any interest towards God. He said they're going to get in to you, even though they didn't do what God wanted them to in the first place. They did come to him in the end, and we know we come to God now through Jesus. So we had a response to the message of the gospel, and we came to God. But Jesus says, but you not you. They're going to get into the kingdom before you. And getting into the kingdom is getting into the reality of everything that God ever intended for every human being that has ever been born. You know, God enabled the Jews to be those who he chose, who he gave promises to, in order to represent him on the earth, so that by example they could show the world what it meant to be connected to God. Unfortunately, they did not meet the requirements God had laid down upon them, and they just kept drifting away from God. And Jesus is wanting the Jews to know that that level of disobedience has borne upon itself the responsibility that the Gentiles are going to get there. The wicked, the wrongdoers are going to get there before the righteous, or what should have been the righteous. And that sense of not being able to get in because we didn't meet the requirements is a sad thing. Now, we know that the Bible teaches us that the Jews will have an opportunity to come and be grafted back, to be, as it were, part of the vine again, but not before a great deal of hurt. Sad day for the Jews on that occasion when Jesus told them that. Have a great weekend, be blessed, and I'll see you on Monday morning. Thank you for joining me.